The Parsha of this week, Parashat Shoftim, the Parsha of Judges. The Torah commands right at the beginning, the first verse, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha bechol she'orecha. Judges and officers you should appoint in all your gates, all your cities, in all your towns. This is the mitzvah of having a justice system wherever there is a community. Obviously, very needed for keeping the world civil, keeping the society safe. At the same time, our sages explain this mitzvah on a more personal and intimate level. There are 7 gates and entryways and exit ways in our life, in our body. The 2 eyes, the 2 ears, the mouth, etc. The Torah says, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha bechol she'orecha. Appoint yourself, judges and officers in all your gates. Before you look at something, before you see someone, before you decide how someone is behaving, acting, before you judge someone, appoint judges to yourself and officers. What are judges? A judge is telling us what is right. An officer, what we call police, are making sure that the law is being followed. So appoint yourself a judge. You cannot judge yourself because you might be biased. So asay lecha rav, it says in Pirkei Avot, in Ethics of Our Fathers. Appoint yourself a rav, a rabbi, a guide. But that's not good enough just to consult and to know what is right. But you need to discipline yourself and you need to appoint yourself officers in order to make it happen. The idea of having a bet din, a court, on a communal level, spiritual leaders on a communal level, a Rabbi, at the same time, also on an individual level. We have a daily prayer that we say 3 times a day in the silent Amidah, Hashiva sheftenu kevorishenu v'ye'atzenu kevatchila, where we ask Hashem to bring back our judges as in the days of old and our advisors as we had. If you pay attention, the words in the parsha is Shoftim v'shotrim, a judge and an officer, a police. In the prayer, it's Yoatzenu, advisors. What happened to the police? What happened to the officers? The Rabbi explains that both officers and advisors are here to help us carry through the verdict of the judge, are helping to carry through, to abide by the law. And those are in 2 different ways. One is more in a way of forcing. Police, as when we were children, we were scared of police. They're really scary. And then there is advisors, police of peace, education. In the early days, it was that we needed strict order, police. Today the world is moving closer to Mashiach, where advisors and education is the way to go. So when the Torah says Shoftim v'Shotrim, that we need to appoint ourselves a judge and a police, the idea behind the police is to carry through, to make sure that the judgment is being carried through. Whichever way the police will act, and obviously, as it says in the prophets, in the words of the prophets, in the prayer that we say, Yoatzeinu kevatchila, advisors, which is the way to go, but at the same time, we need discipline and we need to make it happen. The Rabbi, as the ultimate judge and leader, spiritual leader, as well as advisor in our generation, is telling us that we are very close to the time of advisors, to the time of Mashiach, and it is time to get ready. All we need to do is, we know what is right. All we need to do is to apply it in life. Discipline, doing what is right, one act of goodness and kindness will indeed change the world and bring us a Shana Tova, a good year, a healthy year, a happy year, till the ultimate goodness and kindness and happiness with the coming of Mashiach. Good Shabbos, Shana Tova, Shabbat Shalom.